Play ball. This evening's annual Congressional Charity Baseball game is on. This is despite yesterday's shooting at the Republicans' baseball practice. Now, the first ever game dates back to 1909 when Representative John Tenner of Pennsylvania organized it. He was a former professional baseball player. Throughout history, the game has been interrupted only a few times by the Great Depression and the Second World War. Joining us now, Doug Eldridge, sports agent, PR relations consultant, managing partner of DLE Agency. We love to have you here talking sports.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us about this game. You've lived here your whole life, basically.
Most of it.
Most of it, yeah. And you know about this game. It's very popular among Capitol Hill types, media types, all of that.
Certainly, and it's taking on a totally different air this year. People often ask why baseball. Well, you mentioned in the intro 1909. When we look back in 1909 America, baseball was invented in 1839 by Abner Doubleday. So it was about 80 years old by the time this first game came around. Basketball was invented in 1891. So basketball wasn't even 20 years old yet. We funnily refer to baseball now as America's pastime, but back then it was America's prime time. And so it was truly the genesis of bringing these elected officials from literally and figuratively opposite sides of the aisle together to join in the most popular sport of the time.
It's really a bipartisan tradition, and it's something that everything is needed. Give us some background on how baseball can bring together a nation, or examples of that.
Well, I think baseball is one of many sports. I think historically there are demonstrable examples of literally the peace-brokering capabilities of sport. 776 BC. There was the Olympic truce.
We're going back that far,
right?
Eh?
Well, this is not a
Okay,
new
let's
theory,
hear it.
which literally guaranteed warring factions among the Greek city-states safe passage to Athens for the ancient games, right? 1914, the Christmas Day truce, where the German soldiers and the Allies literally took off their helmets, put down their bayonets, and played a game of soccer on Christmas Day. 1969, Pele going to Nigeria and uniting two warring factions. Peace was brokered soon thereafter, and in this millennium, Drogba going to his native Ivory Coast, and soon thereafter, a bloody civil war coming to an end. So there's no shortage of demonstrable, real-world examples of the overwhelming power of sport.
So this one is very interesting. I don't think a lot of people know that over the years, they have obviously been keeping tabs, and it's 39 games Republicans, 39 games Democrats. Who's going to win?
Tonight is the literal and figurative tiebreaker. But I think the ultimate winner is going to be the American people. And here's why I say that. When we look at politics, there is a dark cloud that hangs over it in modern culture. If we don't get something, it wasn't that we got beat or we didn't perform well enough. It was because it was political.
And because it was their fault.
But with sports, we have a positive, and this is a platform and a pedestal for these elected officials to come out and show that we're not red, we're not blue, we're red, white, and blue. And we're competing on behalf of our constituents, irrespective of party, because we're all American at our core.
Doug Eldridge, thank you so much, managing partner of DLE Agency.
Thank you for having me.